one of the key things here is, what do we even mean by pray? That's a very Jordan Peterson moment, I suppose. But I think it's even more helpful for Protestants to substitute that word pray with ask for the intercession of, which could be one sense of the word pray. And
Right.
so if I explain it through that lens, it's a very common thing within Catholic apologetics to do, but I think for good reason. I could ask you, hey, Cameron, I'm having, this difficulty in my life. Would you pray for me? I am asking you to pray to God for me, right? On my behalf. Now, we are completely fine with doing that with people who are living, right? The question becomes, can we ask that of people who are departed? Now, we seem to have good evidence that the saints in heaven are praying for us. We see that in Revelation, right? Like the martyrs before the throne are praying. But can we ask them to pray for us? We know they're already praying. And I think it's not a crazy inference to make that, well, the idea of the communion of the saints, the idea of Christian teaching is that actually they're even more alive, right? To be with the Father, like that is they're most alive. And so assuming they can hear us, which is maybe one of the conceptual difficulties, but if we grant that, then I can ask them to pray for me in the same way I would ask you. And I could bump that up a level. I hope you will find no offense in this, Cameron, but if we say that the prayers of a righteous person avail much, we might say that Mary is more righteous than Cameron. It might be close, but we're going to say that Mary is, and so it would make sense for me to ask Mary to pray for me, right? And we could even get to a point where we say, if, is Mary the most exalted creature? We would have to go through some lines of evidence for that. But if we granted that, then it would make more sense than anyone else of creatures to ask for her intercession. Now, that is not to say we can't just pray to Jesus directly. And I think what the Catholic would want to say is that we still kind of are. Like that C.S. Lewis, that competition isn't actually a competition, right? We could have, this is all prayer to Jesus, but it's either through Mary or, we could choose to not pray through Mary in that same way. How'd I do? Did I pass my theology test?
I think that was very, very well said. Maybe you're the next Catholic apologist. We'll see.
Well,